Hello, good evening, welcome. My name is Kwabena. Welcome. Good evening. I want to share with you. Use the time that we have at hand now uh, to develop yourself as an entrepreneur, as somebody who is into business, somebody who is trying to build a company, somebody who is trying to, build your ideas. Maybe you have three employees now. You want to go to 10, or maybe you have 10, you want to go to 1,000. I'm not sure there are many businesses that are going to have a lot of revenue, a lot of sales this particular moment. So if your business happens, even those that they call essentials, like the pharmaceuticals, the provision shop, the businesses that are needed at this moment. Even the sales is not like it's going to just jump like that because people don't know what is they say they don't know what is going to happen. So a lot of us are going to have a lot of time on our hand now. So use this time to develop yourself. Your business can only grow as to the level of your growth as the one who is leading the business. That there's the standard of leadership, the skill set that you have. Those are the things that are going to be responsible for the success of the business. So the more you stretch yourself, the more you stretch your mind, the more you stretch your inner strength, the better you are to handle all the things that come at you in business. You don't need to have any special skill. You just have to have a lot of things. You don't have to much specialize. You just have to know a bit and pieces of everything that concerns the business. So I'm talking about use the time to develop yourself. Most people follow because they have never taken the time to develop themselves. Most people have never sat down to even study themselves to say that this is the reason why I live. So, for instance, if you have a vague idea as to why you live, what they call sense of purpose. As a business person, you must know the sense of purpose. Do you really believe that this is it for you, or you're just trying? You must have that sense of purpose to say that this is what I want to do with my life. Because in tough, difficult moments, people change, people switch. So if you are not so much convinced with that thing, what you have to do with your life, if you're not convinced of that, it will be very difficult for you to enjoy this moment. So you have to have that clarity, that sense of purpose that indeed this is what I want to do with my life at this time of my life. So I said that I want to build business, whether it's being success, whether it's becoming successful or whether I'm failing at it. At least I've said that the next 5 years, the next 20 years, I want to build business. So I'm trying. I'm trying. Maybe I tried that one, it doesn't work, but I'm trying. So now you settled that. And the moment you focus on something, all the other things start to make sense to you. By some people, I'm not so sure. They try this, it doesn't work, then they give up. They try this, it doesn't work, then they give up. But you have to settle that. So you have to have that sense that I want to build business. And so this time that maybe you have a truck business, maybe you have a transport business, maybe you have a restaurant, maybe you are a retailer, maybe you're a contractor, whatever that you are. If you've been hit, now that from Monday they say that 2 weeks you have to be at home, it's likely that your business will close. It's likely. So once you close, you're at home, study, learn. Africans, we have to commit to knowledge. We really have to commit to knowledge. We really have to learn about the very things that we have committed our life to do. And if you're a business person, you really have to learn. You really, really have to read, study. You can't use the common knowledge on the street to build a good business. It's not going to work. You can't use the common knowledge on the street to handle your finances and think that is going to work. It's going to be that tough for you. You can't use the common knowledge that you have on the street to build a strong team to lead your business. It's not going to work. You can't use that common knowledge that everybody has to really brace, to charter a business in a kind of environment, So you really have to stretch yourself. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of books that we ourselves have written, So you're still going to rely on, but the essence is that you have to stretch yourself this. Also set a timetable for yourself. At least if you can read something an hour a day for the next 14 days, it will be that much. I was shocked to talk to somebody who really believed that he didn't have to read any book and that what he had in his mind was enough. And he was not the first person that I met. I've met a lot of people like that who have completed first degree or second degree and who so much believe in the things that they know that they don't need to read any book. They said that me, I don't need to read any book. I just have to, hey, Abed, I just have to, I believe in my mind. A lot of people think like that. I believe in what is in my mind. Like, wow. So how are you going to survive? Business is tough. So you cannot say that I just believe in my mind. You have to have the most successful CEOs, business leaders, entrepreneurs, even in an environment that they say are structured, read a lot, they study a lot, they stretch their mind, and we have to do double of that. So commit this time to develop yourself. Find that sense of purpose. Know your gift. Know the things that you're good at. This is the time that you have to stretch yourself. Learn more. If you don't, the business, because it's so much likely that the rest of the year is going to be tough. And you can only keep your peace, keep your strength, keep your energy, keep your courage if you know much. If you don't know much, you will give up. And that's why a lot of people quit. They don't quit because they just want to quit. They quit because they lose the energy. They lose the courage because they don't trash. They don't channel the knowledge. They don't update the knowledge. They don't add up. Something about life is that whatever that you're committed to do, you have to constantly upgrade the knowledge just as you're practicing. Whatever that you're learning to do. If you're building business, you continue to read and then you continue to put that knowledge into practice. It's a lifetime. It's like bathing or it's like drinking water. If you're alive, you are going to drink water till you die, or you are going to, hopefully bath before you die. So this is part of it. If you build a business, these two things cannot go away. Acquisition of knowledge, searching for knowledge, and putting that knowledge into practice. It's a lifetime thing. You have to do that all the time. So this is one of the best times to stretch your mind. This is one of the best times to read. Study. Commit yourself to study, stretch your mind. And we have so many people, so many young people with a lot of old ideas. They never challenge themselves with anything. Most people are just made up of academic knowledge. That's all. Academic knowledge, especially those who went to school. But you can face life with classroom knowledge. Not as a business person, not as an entrepreneur. The difference between men who are able to do something with their lives and those who turn out to be average is because those who turn out to be average only depended on the things that they were taught in the classroom. But the ones who are able to do something extraordinary fed themselves with knowledge beyond the classroom. And that meant that they really committed themselves to self-development, self-knowledge, acquisition of knowledge, reading, stretching their mind, challenging their thoughts all the time. Challenging. You can't say that this is all that I know. No. This is all that there is. No. You are constantly challenging your thought. And you are malleable. You are flexible. You can change because when the moment you get a superior knowledge, you switch. You can't say that this is me. The moment you get better light, better understanding of something, you switch. So that's how you're going to go through as somebody who is committed to building business. If you don't stretch your mind like that, you will give up. The times are going to be tough. They say they have already warned us. But you can keep your peace, you can keep your mind, you can keep yourself if you commit to study. So go and find some books, add the Bible to it, study it, and get other books. Get finance, get leadership, get management. Stretch yourself. The kind of business that you're into, read about it. Study the environment. Stretch. The internet is there. There are a lot of videos. There are a lot of tests. There are a lot of audios. Study. Read. If you don't like books, no problem. But maybe get a video or something. Constantly put something in your computer all the time. That is running. Put something in your car all the time. Put something. Get some few people, maybe 2 or 3 people who you want to learn from, and put their videos, their audios constantly playing at the background, because that's how you're going to be that refined. You are going to be that refined when you're always. It's like when you were. I remember when I was doing an internship in a machine shop. The grinding machine. There was water on it, and once you're grinding that part, the water is always falling on it. It cools the thing. So the water is that knowledge. You need to commit to that if you are an entrepreneur. Don't just say that I don't believe in any knowledge. I'm just going to work. That's why a lot of people like only contracts, contract business. So they get a contract from the government, they pay them, and that's all the business that we know. But a business that you study the market, get a product, maybe go to manufacture it, build a team around it, handle the finances, those kind of businesses, very few of our people are able to build it and build it well, because those kind of businesses demand a lot of self-development, because you're going to provide leadership. You're going to go through a lot of oppositions. You're going to go through a lot of challenges. You're going to go through a lot of, you go up, then you come down. You go up, then you come down. If you don't stretch your mind that much, if you don't stretch your inner quality that much, if you don't put a lot of content that much, you're not going to survive. You're not going to survive, because then you'll be frustrated. That's why you see some people doing business, and the business has taken everything from them because they didn't build content, and they have not decided to build content. You need to stretch your mind so much. Superior knowledge. Ask a lot of questions. Think, plan, structure. This is what you can do for the next 14 years. If they say shut the business, take a holiday. Just see this as a holiday. Don't panic. Don't fear. Just stretch your mind. Get some book. Pick the topics. You know yourself. If the finance is not good, you know that I'm not good with finance, and you cannot run a business if your financial knowledge is that wrong. If your leadership style is not working, if you're not able to put people together and they're not able to work with you for that long, you know that you are not a good leader. So you go and get better knowledge on that. If you can't structure the business well, then maybe you are not that much systemic. So the things that you have to learn, you know it. And it's not like it's just going to take you a day or two. It's something that we all have to commit a lifetime. But at least use this time to develop yourself, stretch your mind, challenge your thought. Is so critical. Challenge your thought. Don't leave everything in the hands of God, as they've been telling us all the time. God will do it. I'm a Christian. God will do it, yes. But it's business. The footballer does not say that I'm not going to train because God will. Or the boxer does not say that I'm not going to go for training because God will do it. No. As a business person, you're training. That's why you have to go for better knowledge. Stretch your mind. Don't trust those certificate knowledge. Don't trust so much the classroom knowledge. You have to have a conscious timetable to stretch your mind. So my name is Kwabena. I am saying that as an entrepreneur, use this period to self-train, to self-develop. Use this isolation to stretch your thought, challenge your mind, read a lot, study. Sit back and study. Yeah, I'm sure if you're doing business, I'm sure the things that come at everybody, you know it. Where you lose the money, people disagree with you, they go away, people will disappoint you, people, all kind of things happen to business people. Sometimes what you're going through, nobody else, you can't explain to anybody. You, even yourself, you can't explain it to yourself, But when there is success, everybody is it's on the table. When there is failure, you are the one to deal with it. And that's business. That's a fact. That is a fact. I thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Abed. So you have to sit down and stretch your mind. That one, nobody can do for you. You really have to build a philosophy as a person to say that I'm going to challenge my thought. I'm going to challenge my thought. And that will come from the fact that you are purposeful. You have said, me, if you say that I should go and become a doctor, I can't become a doctor. I'm not interested in it. If you say that I should become maybe a footballer, I don't have it. A boxer, I don't have it. But there's something I can do. I want to build business. And so that now if you ask me, this is what I want to do. So at least I have that sense of purpose. So whether it goes well, it doesn't go well, I want to do this and I want to do this and do it well. In a kind of country, you see that when you go to school, nobody expects you to do business. If you go to school, nobody expects you to do business. In a country, if you go to school, go and look for a job. That's the tape. That is the thread that they have told us all our lives. So once you go to school, you get this certificate, and nobody expects you. They expect you to go and become a big man in the government. You know, you can easily become a big man in a multinational. They give you big position, they give you cars, they give you they give you big accommodation, they give you security, they pay for all, they pay for. If you want to build a business, you don't get that. You have to start from the scratch. You have to start from the basic. Nobody is going to no. I mean, okay, maybe I can play. So nobody is going to give you that big position. No, you are going to go through. You are going to be the cleaner, the bookkeeper, the errand boy. You are going to do everything yourself. And hopefully when you succeed, you become a big man. Most people don't enjoy that. They say that just 10% of business will survive after the first 5 years. And 10% of whatever is surviving will also survive in the additional 10 years, which is in economies that they say are good. I say that ours is maybe 1% after the first 5 years and 1% after the second 5 years. So the odds are against us. But if you commit to study, if you commit to learning, if you commit to acquisition of knowledge, if you commit to stretching, challenging yourself, challenging the status quo, don't just take anything like that. Don't just agree with anything. We were brought up to agree with everything. Don't agree. Just challenge it. Ask questions. Because those are the things, those are the skills that are going to help you to build a business and to go through this challenging moments. A lot of businesses are not going to survive. If they tell us to stay at home for the next 1 year, most businesses will not survive. That's a fact. But you can survive if you continue to feed yourself and feed yourself with the right knowledge. And so we've got to have that as an entrepreneur. You have to have that. You have to stretch your mind. The other day, somebody was making a very critical statement, said that most people who are the billionaires are very much intelligent, and I'm probably because they read a lot, they study, they question a lot of things. They are students of history, they are students of product development, they are students of finance. They study. I've read some few books of some of these great minds, and the kind of things that they put in the books, you can see that's why these guys are that much successful. Because success does not come to the stupid. No, it's never true. Genuine, intentional success comes to people who are intentional. It's not something that just happens. It's not lotto. Even the people that we call illiterate, if they are very successful, there are ways that they have to acquire knowledge. That's why they are successful. And especially if they are doing the things rightly. So you will never see anybody who has been able to build anything significant who is not that much intentional about the way they grow themselves, the way they groom themselves, the way they develop and challenge the status quo and the thoughts. You cannot just be a product of the environment, of the culture, and hope that you succeed. You will just be one of the script, and that is a fact. So most of us are just product of the script that we came to meet. So we can't be that much more. We can't be anything different from what the society expects of us because we don't challenge our thoughts. We don't develop ourselves. We don't commit to anything. We're just there. Hopefully, something will just happen to us. No, you can't do that. And one of the things that you can apply is, see, a lot of the people who have become successful in anything, the minimum number of years that they have committed is about 10 years in anything that they do. Go and check. Anybody who has become successful in anything, minimum number of years, consistently, they were at it, consistently. They were studying and they were applying. They were acquiring knowledge and they were putting it to practice. They were acquiring knowledge. I don't believe in just go and do. And I don't believe in just acquire knowledge. I believe the two. I believe study it, apply it continuously. Study it, apply it. Study it, apply it. That's why you grow. That's why you're able to take up space. And it takes about 10 years for you to fill that gap. So consistently. You can't master any topic in a year. You can't become prominent in anything in 2 years. No. You become prominent in anything when you have committed at least 10,000 hours, they say, to it. So you've got to have that kind of intention that this thing is long play. I'm not going to just back up. So you have no excuse if the business does not work in the first year. If the business does not work in the second year, you have no excuse. You can quit. The business does not work, so go and try another one. And it's also part of the learning process. So this period is going to be tough for a lot of people, but you can use it to develop yourself, to stretch your mind. Read. You cannot become what you don't know. We can't become what we don't know. The people who are looking for the medicine for the virus, I'm not part of it because I don't know anything about it. So when they are expecting the solution, they can't count me in because I don't have that much required knowledge to produce that medicine. But there are people in that field who are challenging themselves, who are at the lab looking for the solution. So whatever you are committed in, you look for the solution, you commit to knowledge, challenge your thoughts. People have done so much in this life because they were intentional, they were deep, they were focused on it. And that's something that you as an entrepreneur must learn. Go for knowledge, go for hard work, go for persistence. Be persistent, steady, challenge your mind, challenge yourself. That is how you're going to succeed. This period will break a lot of weak people. The people who just accept anything. In our country, we are grown up to be, we accept everybody. We are friendly, which is very good. It's opinion. This is my opinion. Listen, if an entrepreneur is not just opinion, it's life or death. This period is going to kill a lot of businesses. So you can't just say that's your opinion. That's not your opinion. Go for that which works. And what is that works? It's when you commit to stretching your mind, when you commit to learning. You have got to know more than the people you lead. You have got to stretch your mind. You study more than everybody. You learn more. You challenge yourself. This is the time to do that. There is no great mind which was not committed to acquisition of knowledge. No great mind. It's never happened, and it's never going to happen. So people who are the leaders of any industry, they know more. That's why they are the leaders. So if you're going to be a leader in your industry, you've got to know more in that field. And that will mean that you have to commit yourself to structured, process of knowledge acquisition or learning. And this is one of the best times that you can do that. And we live in a time, at least we have data, we have the internet. There's so much you can learn. YouTube is there. There are a lot of websites. There are a lot of audios. There's no point trying to listen to political talk show every minute. You're a business person. They are talking about motor register. Go and get some knowledge. What are the things that your business needs that you don't know? You stretch your mind. For me, that is what I've been doing for a very long time. I've been reading, been stretching, been challenging my thought. I don't have to be what my parents told me. No. I'm challenging my thought more than what they told me. I'm challenging myself more than what the classroom told me, the certificate gave me. No. They gave me the tools to be able to acquire knowledge. So now I'm using that. So I stretch. So one of the best gifts as a human being is your ability to read and understand. So if you can read and understand and you don't read, then you and the one who can read, you are the same. And most people just have the ability to read, but they don't commit to reading anything. And that's why their lives hardly improve. That's why they cannot achieve anything significant, because they are just like anybody else. The things that they know is just ordinary, just like everybody else. But you've got a lot of things that people have put in books. And as an entrepreneur, you have got to be always looking for knowledge. Is it that something is playing in your car, you're watching a video that you're learning something from, or you're reading a book or something? There's Amazon Kindle. It's an app. You can buy a book anywhere. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. We've got to challenge ourselves, because the content you develop is what is going to be responsible for what you become. Human beings only become what they put in time. What you put in time is what you're becoming. What I've put in time is what I've become. A very large extent, that is true. So if I'm weak, it's because I've put weakness in time. If I'm strong, I'm tough, it's because I've put something that challenges me. If you can't break somebody, it's because they've put something strong. in themselves. That's why you cannot break them. So my name is Obedako. I'm saying that use the time as an entrepreneur to develop yourself. You as an entrepreneur, you're a special breed, and that's true. Very few people can do something from scratch, from zero. Very few people will be able to start business and build it. It's a special breed. That's true. It's not just the way very few people, because the difficulties are many. Go and check your classmates. How many of them have started business? You see that that's not it's not simple. It's tough because they tried. They didn't work. They gave up. They went to look for a job. So so if you are staying it and you want to keep going, you must commit to learning. You must commit to learning. You cannot just think like everybody, and you have to be comfortable with that. You can't just agree with everybody. Every weak knowledge you just and they rarely people will come at you to just make you submissive. But if you're going to build business, no. No. You have to follow those who are doing it, those who have done it and have won. You study them, you go for their mind. That's why you win. So I don't have time for crying if it doesn't work. I don't have time to try to sit down and weep. It doesn't work. I mean, I can talk about it, but tomorrow is another day. We fight and see. Once we're still alive, by all means, we will not lose. We will win. So reduce the entertainment, reduce the sports, reduce the politics, and become less superstitious. Business is not about superstition. Business is about system, structure, logic, technique, right decision making, and choices. Discipline. Those are the things that are responsible. It's more about predictability than just hoping that something will happen from nowhere. At least do the basics. If anything happens, let it happen. But do the basics. Must be something that is within your control. That's why you opted to be an entrepreneur. If it's not within your control, you feel like you are you are going to die. Most people. So that's why this thing that's happening. Most people are because they cannot know what is going to happen. So commit to learning soft skill, which is just have good heart for people. Be interested in the welfare of people. That's something I've seen. People who don't give up easily are people who are so much interested in the well-being of others. That's why they don't give up. That is so true. If you see anybody who has good heart and who has vision and who commits to building something, look at them. They are so much interested. No matter how many times that they've been disappointed, they've been screwed, they've been cheated, they still go back helping people. And for me, that is the force that prevents them from giving up. So that soft skill is so much important. You cannot see others suffer and you just overlook it. If you have something, help people, commit to something, build your team, treat your team with respect. If you employ somebody, give them that maximum respect, even if it's the cleaner, and give people opportunity to become the best. There's something that I've seen. There are times that we employ some of our guests, they come, you are not so sure, but you just give it a chance. And when, after 1 year, you see that somebody who you were not sure becomes so much different. So there's something golden in every human being. So you as a leader, as an entrepreneur, if you just treat people anyhow, if you just trash people, you raise yourself, you're cocky, you don't give time, you don't give people opportunity for people to ask you questions, no, it means that you are on your way to fail. It means that you don't have it. You should have that open heart and never be afraid to be screwed. They will screw you anyway. Don't worry about that. There's always somebody who will come to add value. And you can't be the only one who is right. So you give people opportunity to ask you a question, get involved, and be committed. Be seriously committed and interested in your well-being. I think that there is no other safety net more than this. A genuine heart as an entrepreneur to be interested in the welfare of people, especially those who are on your team, and not be cynical. That thing will keep you. Everybody else will give up, but that thing will continue to push you to become successful. Take it from me. That thing will continue. Everybody can cut you, they can disappoint you, you can have all kind of trouble. If you have this heart to be so much genuinely interested in helping people, that thing is a safety net. They will come back and see you still going up because you have that purity of heart. And for me, there is no other greater protection than this. You're not naive, you're wise, you look out, but you still give people opportunity. So develop that soft skill. Develop that soft skill. It will protect you. No matter what happens, that skill will protect you. So my name is Obedako. Thank you very much for watching. I'm saying that use the period to develop yourself. Commit to books, stretch your mind. Don't just accept any thought on the street. You can use that to build your business just like that. The financial knowledge on the street that anybody else is using. The difference between you and your future is the knowledge that you're getting now. You can't become what you don't know. That's a fact, and you have to always constantly challenge what you know, and that comes from reading and stretching yourself and having a good plan to do that. There's nothing that separates you from. That's why a lot of our people just only go to look for, government work and things like that. Why? Because if they have to build it, it will be so much difficult. There are so many people who don't know how to build where they work. So somebody else must build that, which means it takes a lot of effort to build anything. Anything. If you work in a bank, the skill set to build a bank is different from the skill set to work in a bank. So that's why most people wait till it's built, then they come to work there. So if you're the one going to build a bank, you cannot think like the one who's looking for a bank to work. So it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different skill set, and that's why it calls for a lot of development and a lot of stretch of your mind. Thank you very much for watching. So use the time to develop yourself, and you will not give up. It doesn't matter what happens around, you'll be fine if you continue to develop yourself and surround yourself with great minds and great people. And don't listen to all these guys who are talking a lot. It's not lotto. It's not something that just go. Success is not lotto. Success is never lotto. Success is never lotto. Thank you. Success has always been intentional. And those of us who have to pick ourselves from nothing, we have to study more than anybody else. So self-study, commit. There's nothing like you being able to pick the books that you read that nobody else on the earth maybe will be reading the same thing. And that is what separates you from the others. The people that you listen to, the teachers that you are learning from all the time. Those are the things that are carving you and your future. There's nothing like that. Nothing like that you choose to be. The other day I was doing an audit over the last 10 years, the top 5 people who have influenced me immensely, the people that have read their books, maybe 5, 10 of their books, the people that have listened, their audio, their video. I was looking at it, and I can guarantee you it was not it was not academic. People who have become champions in the things that they do. And your future is never going to be different from what you're studying today. What you're putting your mind to today is what is going to show tomorrow. Never believe that your tomorrow will be different when you're not putting anything in it today. It's a lie. No matter how much anointing oil they put on your head, it's not going to change anything. Men become what they put in time, especially in knowledge and its application. So we have got a whole duty to change the psyche of our people, and it's a tough war. It's a tough war, but maybe we will get somewhere, because people seem to believe that their life will just change anyhow, just by any circumstance, by lotto, by prayer from somebody. It's never true. You're just a product of the skill set that you have developed, the things that you have committed your life to do. You're not going to see a billionaire by chance. Nobody has become a billionaire by chance, especially those who have built great businesses. It was not. They worked. They worked hard. They were committed. They studied. They stretched themselves. People were laughing at them, but they were still going. The others will give up, but they were still going. That is what it takes to succeed on this earth. If anybody tells you that you're waiting for destiny helper, it's you. There's nobody anywhere. Don't wait for that. Stretch yourself. Build your mind for the season. And don't listen to the naysayers. Listen to the voice within. And that voice tells you every day that you can do it. You have what it takes to build that future, to build that business. And if it doesn't survive this year, at least you would have come, you would have tried something. So try another one. And that's how it works. So my name is Obedako. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Mike, for watching. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Albert.